Welcome back one and all to Retro Racing for race 3 of season 1 here at the Sardegna Road Track A. And this circuit, as you can see there on screen, is just over 3 miles long with some absolutely belting long straights, just over half a mile long for the start-finish straight. So expect plenty of overtakes up towards turn 1. So it's time again to look at them current championship standings. So as you can see there, Mitch currently leads the way in his McLaren with 19 points. Steve F1 and Mandalorian are tied for P2 in the championship so far with 15 points. Diesel, winner of the first race, is currently on 13 points, so he's looking for a strong bounce back today. And then there's a bit of a gap back to GBM Ullman, the first of the Ferraris, with 11 points. To MC, he came P2 the last time out, so we're expecting strong things from him today. Right, so let's have a look how qualifying stacked up. Mandalorian takes his first pole position, and ToMC follows him on the front row for P2. Diesel in P3 and Steve F1 in P4. GBM Ullman, the first of the Ferraris, in P5, and RJ Cool in P6. His teammate AFC Gooner in P7. Mitch had a difficult qualifying in P8, and unfortunately Dave the Naps at the back in P9 in his Ferrari. So without further ado, let's get over to your race commentators, which is me, myself, James Shaw, and the one and only Justin Dix. So here we go then, ready for round 3 of retro racing at the Sardegna circuit. The lights are out and off, there you go. Mandalorian gets a decent start there from pole position. So does his teammate right behind him, which is Diesel. And also ToMC in P2 also got a very decent start and is challenging here for the leader of the race as Diesel goes up the inside as well. Mandalorian gets squeezed there from both sides, and yeah, he's lost out there. So, and Steve F1 coming out of absolutely nowhere. He's up to P2 and he's challenging for the lead already as they head towards turn 4. Yeah, this is very, very close. Oh, and we've got one of the Mercedes off. I think that's RJ Cool. He's gone off, and yeah, we've got GBM Ullman now side by side with Mandalorian. It's about to get worse. Mandalorian's slipping down the field, but he's trying it round the outside of GBM Ullman. Fucking hell, it's getting worse and worse for Mandalorian. Now he's got GBM Ullman side by side as they're heading up the hill now, and Data Hop very, very close. He's trying to make it 3 wide. Two of the Ferraris side by side along with Mandalorian. Now they're heading up towards the very sharp hairpin. GBM Ullman on the inside there, trying to hold on to the car, and Dada Hop almost got the move made, but he's just lost out there. And Mitch trying it around the outside of Mandalorian there, Jack. Yeah, and now they're heading towards Bitch Corner, and it's called Bitch because it is one hell of a bitch if you get it wrong. Oh, Mitch there gets it wrong, and it really bites back. So did GBM Ullman, and that's put Dave the Harp up his inside into the hairpin, the final corner, as they head now towards the start-finish kink. And yeah, GBM Ullman in P5 right now, right behind his teammate. Can he get in that slipstream? Can he try and overtake his teammate? He pulls out of the slipstream. That's quite unusual, and Mandalorian's got in that slipstream, and he's just managing to breeze past GBM Ullman. Now he's trying to have a look at Dave the Harp there. Fucking hell, he's trying it around the outside there. Data Harp leaves the room, and there goes Mitch. He's gone past GBM Ullman. GBM Ullman must have really lost out there, lost 2 positions down that straight. But now Mitch trying to attack the back of Data Harp, and this is really, really close now, Jam. As they head through the infield section, as they head towards the church corner, and it's called church because there you can see a big bloody church down the far end. And there goes Mitch, but heading out of church. There's ToMC and Steve F1 for the leader of the race. Yeah, looks like Steve F1 is in P2 and Diesel in P3. Then a bit of a gap back to Mandalorian, who's made his way up to P4. And yeah, this is really, really close now for the leader of the race, Jack. Indeed it is. We're currently riding on board Steve F1 on the nose cam, trying to hunt down ToMC, who, yeah, Steve F1 just did not have a great qualifying, is now heading through Bitch. Oh, ToMC gets an absolute tank slapper through Bitch, and unfortunately that's just put him down to P3. Diesel takes P2. It looks like Dave the Harp's had a problem through Bitch as well. Let's have a little look. We're having a look at a replay. Oh my God! There's terrible luck there for Dida. Can't believe it. He should be dead. Well, let's just thank God, Justin, that this is not reality, because yes, he would well and truly be flying mince if that was reality. But luckily, he's got a little bit of damage, but that's really well and truly put him out of the fight, as we've got GBM Ullman now attacking Mitch? Or is Mitch? Is he attacking GBM Ullman? I'm not too sure. Oh, Ullman gets a really big wiggle on there, running through turn 2, and Mitch is trying it round the outside. This is going to be a tough call. If Mitch can make it round the outside, that'll be brilliant. Heading through turn 4 in the infield section right now, side by side as they head down towards Church. And yeah, it just looks like Mitch has just got enough speed there, but GBM Ullman, yeah, he brakes early for Church. And this is a tough corner. It's a very, very long, never-ending left-hander. And, oh, back up at the front, it looks like Diesel's getting in the slipstream of Steve F1 for the race lead. And if anything, yeah, Mandalorian in P4 joined the fight as, oh, 2MC's run wide there. And I think he just locked a brake up and almost slammed into the back of Diesel. And, yeah, that's just put another position there for Mandalorian up to P3 now. So, yeah, one of the Benettons leading, Steve F1. And, yeah, there's a replay. Yeah, 2MC just absolutely locking up and almost hitting the back of Diesel. Did very, very well there not to hit him. And yeah, here we go. GBM Ullman currently sitting in P6 in front of both Mercedes-Benz. And this is the fight for the podium right now. Steve F1 leading the race, and the two Lotus drivers heading down the start-finish straight. On board now with Diesel. Hey, Justin. Back in here, look at that slipstream. It's so powerful around here. And Diesel there getting the braking just right there for turn 1. And there's Mitch currently running in P5. He's got a bit of a gap to the front 4. But yeah, the two Mercedes there getting very, very close. There's both Lotus drivers now getting very close. Mandalorian really putting the pressure on Diesel in P2. And yeah, TMC just sitting there in waiting for a little bit of a mistake from the guys in front. Looks like yeah, Diesel a little bit of a front left lock up there, and they head through Church and now heading up towards the first hairpin. And yeah, if anything, Steve F1 is trying to pull a little bit of a gap over Diesel here, Jack. Indeed he is. He's the sole Benetton driver, so he hasn't got a teammate here today. Unfortunately, yeah, one of his teammates has handed his notice in at the Benetton team, and we've heard down the pit lane that yeah, Flavio wasn't very happy, but you know, that's drivers come and go, and I'm pretty sure that Flavio will find a new replacement pretty soon, as yeah, Colin Chapman right now is, if anything, I think he might be having to get onto the blower, saying unfortunately, Diesel, it looks like Mandalorian's quicker than you at this moment right now, but I'm pretty sure Diesel will be ignoring that radio call if it comes in, because if anything, Diesel's doing exactly the same lap time. And right now he's in the slipstream of Steve F1. Can he make a move now towards turn 1 here, Justin? Fucking here, Steve F1 goes defensive towards turn 1. And Diesel running on the racing line is going to have a better exit out of turn 2. And yeah, heading now towards turn 3 and run through turn 3, sorry, and now heading towards turn 4 to the infield section. This is a very, very fast left and right chicane here, but very, very fast. Oh, Diesel's macked it up. He's run wide here, Jay. So now it's a drag race between the two teammates towards Church, and it looks like Diesel just backed out of it, and if anything, 2MC's trying it round the outside of Church. And yeah, but Diesel just about holds on to P3 right now. But yeah, a little bit of miscalculation, and if anything, I'm wondering if Diesel's thinking about his strategy here, because we've heard from the Colin Chapman, he said that Diesel's planning to do a one-stop strategy here today, and yeah, could he be looking after his tyres already? Could he be thinking, you know what, I'm not going 100%, because at the end of the day, if these guys are pitting more times than I am, then oh no, Mandalorian's just crashed. He just crashed through pitch. Oh, absolutely devastating. 2MC up the inside of Diesel into the hairpin, and yeah, that's just absolutely devastating there for Mandalorian. What do you think, Justin? Back in here, I think he turns in a bit too early there. Yeah, he has to do a correction mid-corner, and it's too late. He's been absolutely swallowed up by the pitch there. And he hit the wall for a good measure on the exit there. Turns in too early, has to back out of it, and then he's too wide on the exit. That's just poor driving there for Mandalorian. I think he has to go back and learn how to drive, because that was absolutely piss poor. Got to give him credit where it's due, because he got pole position, but so far in the race he's been very, very scrappy. And yeah, I think he's just headed into the pit lane. So yeah, Mandalorian now down to P7, running behind both Mercedes here. RJ Kur behind his good teammate AFC Guna, as they're now heading towards Church. But yeah, I've got to say, that's really put the Lotus team under a lot of pressure here as we're getting a replay. This was on the previous lap. AFC Guna running wide there through the infield section, and yeah, that's how he pretty much dropped off the back of the Ferrari there, of GBM Alman. But right now we're on board with Tom C right behind Steve F1 running through bitch once again. Guys, you got to drive through there with a lot of care, because if you go through there, oh, in the background there, Mitch, oh, you're really pushing hard there through bitch, and you've got to, I'm telling you right now, you push too hard through bitch and she'll slap you into the barrier and give you a bloody good hiding on the exit. But yeah, right now, Time C close enough now to try and retake the lead here of Steve F1 here, Jack. So here we go, Steve F1 leaves his car in the middle of the road, forcing Time C to the racing line. Can Time C try it round the outside? And he does, he brakes later. Just manages to keep it out of the gravel on the exit, but that was a brilliant bit of driving there from Time C to take the lead of the race. So currently Diesel sat in P3 just behind these two, and yeah, if he's looking after his tyres, he does not want to be getting involved with this battle here. As you can see, Time C really ragging his tyres, but yeah, but the unfortunate thing there is, with Mandalorian dropping out of it, it's really just, it's a 3-car battle now. It was a 4-car battle, but at least Colin Chapman had 2 opportunities there of winning the race, but now he's only got 1, as Steve F1 trying to re-attack here on Time C. The Benetton guy, Steve F1, Flavio's boy, trying it round the outside towards the hairpin, and yeah, Time C just covers it, manages to brake spot on there. But on board now with Steve F1, you can tell that Steve F1 is really pushing hard. And yeah, we heard from Flavio earlier. He were telling us, yeah, he were telling us that, oh, Time C almost run right there. He were telling us that Steve F1's going for a 2-stop strategy, so that means he's going to be pitting around the 14-minute mark, and we've just gone 10 minutes into the race. So let's have a look. What's the race leader going to do? What's Time C going to do? And oh, further back, there's Mitch, and he's up the inside of Cool J. And yeah, Time C into the pit lane after 10 minutes, so he's definitely ragged his tyres. And I think he'll be coming out of the pit lane in P4 as yeah, the Mercedes driver of AFC Guna heads into the pit lane, and Time C's at the pit exit, as we're now side by side with RJ Cool here, Justin. Fucking hell, side by side. RJ Cool, what's he going to do? He's got Mitch up his inside with fresh tyres. I don't think he's going to be able to fight this, and no he can't. Mitch is flying now on fresh tyres. He pitted the previous lap and is trying to hunt down the front 3. And yeah, there is P1 and 2 of Steve F1 and Diesel, and they're trying to pull away from Time C, but that's going to be a challenge because Time C and Mitch in P3 and 4 have both pitted, and they're trying to hunt them down. And yeah, RJ Cool not pitted quite yet, and there's Mandalorian, he's pitted, but there was a few laps ago, so he may fade away when these tyres run out of grip. There's AFC Guna, he's just pitted as well, and Dada Hub, he's having a bit of a lonely race here, Jan. Indeed he is, but he just needs to keep his head down and keep going, because you never know what's going to happen in this race, as Diesel's really pushing Steve F1. And yeah, if he's trying to set them tyres very long, that's not the way to do it, as he locks up into the hairpin. And yeah, as we've heard from a few drivers in the pit lane, if you keep the car in gear 4 and you've got nobody in front of you, that is the best thing to do. But if you're right behind somebody with slipstream, get it in gear 5, and by the end of the straight you will get massive slipstream. And here you can see right now Steve F1 is a sitting duck, but the straight just runs out before Diesel can attack in towards turn 1. Luckily there for Steve F1. Fucking hell, this car's so powerful with a bit of slipstream, jam. But yeah, I've got to tell you, RJ Cool, he's in the pit line right now, changing tyres, and he's going to be coming back out of the pit line, I think in around P7, just in front of Dada Hop, the first of the Ferraris. And I've got to say, Ferrari Enzo will not be impressed with this right now. Both his drivers running at the back in P8 and 9. He's going to be absolutely foaming. His nose is going to be getting bigger. His glasses are going to be getting darker. He's going to be probably going over to the drivers after the race saying, hey boys, just speed up a bit or you might lose your job. He wouldn't do that, would he? The man is ruthless. He's ruthless, but he's not that ruthless. Fucking hell, he's Italian, he's passionate, man. If his car's not winning a race, he'll be foaming. But yeah, currently right now, Diesel re-attacking Steve F1 for the lead of the race. Currently running in P2 and Steve F1 there leading the race. So they've got a bit of a gap back to Tom C, who has pitted a few laps ago. but these guys really impressing me here with their tyre preservation. You see the marbles there lining up at the edge of the circuit, so you don't want to be running offline because you really will neck your tyres. As you can just see there, TMC coming out of the hairpin. Steve F1 into the pit lane jam. Yeah, the key thing here is, can Steve F1 get in and out in front of Mitch in P4? I do not think that he's going to be able to pull out of the pit lane in front of TMC. I think TMC is going to breeze past him here at pit exit, and there you go. Absolutely breezes through there, just TMC back into P2. But where's Mitch? There he is, just coming over the brow of the hill, and Steve F1 retains P3. So Mitch has got it all to do right now. Mandalorian, I think he's about another 5 seconds back, but he's definitely not in the hunt for the race today, whereas Mitch can just about see his praise. There is Diesel, not pitted yet, and TMC just heading towards Church along with Steve F1 and Mitch. But yeah, Diesel right now currently running at 14 minutes on the timestamp. Can he try and do the one stop? Will it work? Will the guys who have pitted catch him before he pits? And I think if they do catch him before he pits here, Justin, I think he's going to have to change his strategy. What do you think, Justin? Well, I don't know, but I'll tell you what I do know. I know that Ron Dennis has been absolutely foaming after the previous round, round 2, where Mitch won the race. After that, Mitch said to Ron, he said, apparently, this is what I've heard from Ron, Mitch said, I'm taking my good friend and teammate Lex out for a few drinks, and we'll see you at the next round. We'll be ready to race. And apparently, this is what happened. Mitch took Lex to Vegas. They got absolutely shit-faced. And then, yeah, unfortunately, Lex is too ill. He's got alcohol poisoning, and he cannot race today. Whereas Mitch said, I'll do my best. I'm drunk off my face, but I will try and win the race. So, yeah, I've heard that Ron Dennis didn't exactly take that with much positivity. And yeah, I think he just turned to Mitch and said, well, you better do something good here or you're sacked. So I think there's a lot of the team bosses out there who've got the drivers' contracts waiting to be re-signed here. And yeah, there's another one. Steve F1, I heard also from Flavia. He's not quite impressed with Steve F1 yet. Doesn't know if he's quite a Benetton material. He needs to see him win the race if he wants to see him sign that contract for next year. What the hell are you on about? Steve F1's been doing a brilliant job here for Benetton. He's been absolutely flying. Surely you can't be telling me that Flavio is not impressed with Steve F1. Oh, TMC just hits the wall there. That's just what I've heard, Jem. But anyway, my name's not Shirley, it's Justin. Indeed it is, as they're now heading towards Bitch Corner. It is one of them where it will bite big time if you abuse it. And there, TMC, Steve F1 and Mitch trying to hunt down Diesel. They're bringing that lap time down. There you can see Diesel just in front of them, not too far away. But is Diesel going to change his strategy? He's only at 16 minutes 30 right now. And yeah, he needs to be still in front of these guys at the 20-minute mark if he wants to make this one-stop strategy work for him. As Steve F1's in the slipstream now of TMC. He pulls out here, Justin. Ah, fucking hell, can he try it around the outside? It's going to be very, very close. I think TMC just got it there, just enough grip to keep in front of Steve F1. And there we got Mandalorian in the pit lane. He's out of sequence. He's currently 16 minutes 50, so I don't quite know what Mandalorian is doing. Maybe he's going for a four-stop strategy there, as Mitch almost hits the back of Steve F1 as they head down towards Church Corner. And there we go, under braking just after the 50 metres, turn in, and Steve F1 maybe turned in a bit too early there. That may give Mitch a good run as they head up towards the hairpin at the top of the hill. This could really, really be close. Yeah, he's pulled out his side-by-side now with Steve F1. Mitch in the McLaren, he's drunk off his face, his eyeballs are, oh my god, TMC up the inside. Can he try and make his move here on Diesel for the lead of the race here? We've got two drivers side by side, and then another two side by side. This really, really close, and Diesel just holds on to it through Bitch here. Yeah, Mitch made move on Steve F1 before Bitch. Oh, Mitch there runs wide, and Diesel going defensive here with TMC on the racing line, trying to take it round the outside. This will be a drag race now. Oh, TMC there. Look at the grip. Look at the power he's got. The traction and acceleration. Mitch now also in front of Diesel. I think these tyres are absolutely shot. I think he's going to have to head into the pit lane. But no, he's staying out. That is crazy, and we're now on board with Steve F1 here, Justin. Fucking hell, maybe Mitch should get pissed more often because this is brilliant driving. Can you take it around the outside at time C? Oh my god, what a move there from Mitch in the McLaren. Takes the lead of the race with on 18 minutes and 19 seconds. Absolutely fantastic driving there for Mitch. But yeah, you can see there, oh, a little bit of a glitch there from Mitch. Hopefully that's not a lag issue, as the internet really under pressure, as you say. And yeah, but Diesel, I can't believe he hasn't pitted. He's going to be a sitting duck here with Steve F1 trying to make the move. Now, Diesel covers it off through Church. But there, on the exit there, I think Diesel just sliding wide. The tyres have absolutely given up. But yeah, Steve F1 needs to make his way past Diesel because the guys in front, Mitch and Tom C, are just pulling away now. And yeah, he's going up the inside now towards the hairpin jack. Indeed he does, and that is a nice move there from Steve F1. Manages to keep him in play with the front two. And yeah, Diesel, I think he really does need to be thinking right now. I think this strategy has gone, and maybe it's worth stretching. I think if he continues on, he might be able to go to maybe, if he pits it, oh yeah, them tyres are absolutely dead. He's going to have to pit, but I would be considering trying to do a 2-stop from here, because I think if he pits now and tries to do a 1-stop, he's just going to have just as dead tyres at the end of the race. Yeah, he heads into the pit lane, does Diesel right now, but Steve F1 very, very close behind 2MC here, Justin. Fucking hell, so here we go, running through turn 1. Steve F1 got very good grip there on the exit, and yeah, turn C, I think right now, don't know what he's going to be thinking right now. I don't know who's got the best strategy right now. I think Steve F1 is sitting in P3 right now. He's only got one more stop left to do, but yeah, I just don't know who's got the best strategy. Mitch is really pushing like mad, going through tyres every 10 minutes, and Tom C, I don't quite know, but there is Diesel after his one and only stop, and but I do think it is a mistake if he keeps going, because his tyres are going to be dead in the last few minutes of the race. Oh, Mitch has gone off, he's gone wide, Jam. Oh no, that is absolutely devastating there for Mitch. Maybe that is the alcohol still in his system, and he missed his braking point there. Ron Dennis will be absolutely 4 minutes. Tom C runs wide there through Beach, but manages just about to hold on to the position, and Steve F1 will see that. He'll be like a shark just waiting for his prey to make another mistake. I think he's close enough though now, if he wants to make a move down in towards turn 1, definitely here, Justin. And now I can see the Tyrrell boys out with a new set of tyres, so Tom C into the pit line now. Psychological there, Jam. I think that was as if to say to Steve F1, yeah, you won't get past me. You're going to have to wait for another opportunity, because I'm going in the pit lane. But Mitch follows him in there. So Tom C and Mitch back out on track. And where is Diesel? There he is. There's Diesel just getting in front of Mitch there in P3. But there you can see Tom C has kept going, and he's got a nice advantage now over Diesel. That just shows you how much time that Diesel lost there on the last few laps of his tyres. He's really lost out to Tom C, who's gained a few seconds there. But Mitch, look at the grip, look at the power out of the infield section through Church, and he's made the move through Church. That's a lovely move there from Mitch, but Diesel will be absolutely foaming. He'll be sitting there thinking, God, what have I got to do to get back in this race? Because, yeah, Steve F1's gone, and he's got one more stop to do. Tom C's just pitted and come out back in front of me, and now Mitch just overtook me. I think he'll be foaming in that cockpit there, Jam. Indeed he will, Justin, but currently he's sat behind Mitch, so the best thing that Diesel could do right now is just sit behind Mitch, use that slipstream to bring him back into play, and do not fight Mitch until the very end of the race. But yeah, there is AFC Guna, Dave the Harp in P8, and GBM Oldman running down at the back in P9. Unfortunately, the Ferrari's just not having a great day today, but there is Mitch, currently sat in P3, and Diesel sat behind him. Yeah, Diesel could just sit in that slipstream and just follow Mitch round, try not to overtake and then wait until the very end of the race to pounce. But it's all about whether Diesel can look after the tyres, or is he going to fight this one. I think he's going to try and fight here, Justin. Oh yeah, Diesel's not one to just sit down, lie down and roll over. He is, yeah, he's definitely aggressive. And the strategy shows how aggressive he's been, you know, trying to do a one-stop, but I just don't think it's going to work, because right now Steve F1 can pit, and I think he's going to come back out in front of Diesel. Time C, he doesn't need to pit again. I think he can try and make it to the end of the race, or yeah, he could possibly pit, but he'll have superior grip. And Mitch, yeah, I think even though he's in front of Diesel, I think if he pits, he's also going to have the measure of Diesel. So I think it's just down to the tyre life and just hoping that guys in front make mistakes. But right now, I can see Diesel just sitting there waiting for his prime opportunity, waiting for Mitch to make a mistake, or just in the meantime, just sit behind him and just let Mitch pull him around the track. And that's definitely what he needs now, as he's running through pitch there and almost loses it there, hitting the curb or the exit of pitch. And there is Mandalorian. Oh, he's definitely pushing like a mad. He's really, yeah, he's pushing that pitch as far as it can go without completely losing it. And there is the two Ferraris of Dave the Harp currently in front of GBM Alman in P8. And yeah, I've got to say, Dave the Harp done a really good job to be fighting anybody after the incident on lap 2. And yeah, but looking back now, Mitch trying to still pull a gap over Diesel. It's proving quite difficult. But I'm thinking right now, Steve F1 is sitting in prime position to win this race. Currently running through Church Corner, and he's got about 7 seconds in his pocket over TOMC in P2. And yeah, if he pits, I think he's going to come out just in and around P2 area, and maybe side by side with Mitch in P3. That would be very, very close, but that would mean he'd have superior grip to get to the end of the race. And yeah, it's just down to who makes a mistake now. And could TOMC be thinking maybe trying to get to the end of the race? I've heard him try, and he has been able to take his tyres. Oh, there, Dave the Harp sliding the front tyres there, Jay. Yeah, so that just means his front tyres are absolutely blistered, and that is going to put his teammate GBM Allman right up behind him. At least these two guys are going to have a little bit of a battle ding-dong at the back of the pack. At least they're going to have a little bit of entertainment to the end of the race. But yeah, I just do not know which strategy is the best, as the two Mercedes are also very, very close on circuit at the 25-minute mark, as they're now heading towards the hairpin to end their current lap, and which they're currently on lap 17. And yeah, Diesel very, very close there behind Mitch. Back in here, that just shows you how powerful the slipstream is around here as they head down towards turn 1. And that Diesel just does not have the grip through the corners right now, but he needs to try and hold on to the back of Mitch. Yeah, there you can still see TOMC in P2, not too far away now from Mitch. Mitch maybe just starting to hunt TOMC down as they're heading towards Church. There you can see in the far distance the blue car of TOMC, and there on the exit is Steve F1. So he's got about a 7-second gap, as I said, to TOMC. And yeah, I just do not know which one of these guys has really got the winning strategy here today. I do not know. But it could be down to who pits right now. I think if Diesel pits, he could perform the undercut on a lot of them. And yeah, here come the two Ferraris. Very, very close. Dave the Harp still running in front of GBM Alman. Still not finding a way through past his teammate. And I'm pretty sure Dave the Harp making his Ferrari as wide as possible as they head now through Church once again. And the marshals there on the outside, they're very, very, I've got to say, they're very brave not to be wearing any helmets or headgear, because, you know, a little bit of debris flies off and they'll be decapitated. As Steve F1 in the pit now, Jack. So this is the crucial moment. Where is Steve F1 going to feed back out into TOMC? Just heading down the start-finish straight, and there is Mitch. I think he's going to come out in P4 this race. He's going to come out behind Diesel, yeah. He's just come out. Oh yeah, Diesel just breezes past in front of Steve F1, but this will be crucial right now. Steve F1 needs to absolutely pounce with them fresh tyres. He's right up behind Diesel, but Diesel making his car wide, but Steve F1, he goes up the inside in towards turn 4. No, Diesel turns in, and Steve F1, yeah, the more and more time he loses here, sat behind Diesel. This is the crucial lap. He needs to try and make his way through here, Justin. Back in, I just heard from the pit lane on the intercom that TOMC is definitely staying out to the end of the race. So this is crucial now for Steve F1 around the outside of Church. In front now, Diesel. That was fantastic move, but now you can see Mitch in front of him. I think Mitch is going to have to pit again, but Oh, Diesel coming back now, Jam. Yeah, this is time that Steve F1 does not want to be spending defending. He really needs to be attacking and pulling away now from Diesel. I think through this intersection through towards Bitch Corner is definitely where he needs to try and pull away from Diesel. But Diesel really has just been hanging in there really well to say. He's on 8-minute old tyres. And yeah, this is the crucial moment. What is TMC going to do? I'm pretty sure, as you say, you said that he's going to stay out. We're about to see whether he goes into the pit lane. No, he stays out. Mitch, is he going to stay out? No, he carries on as well. So Steve F1 in front of Diesel, but is Diesel close enough to really harass the back of Steve F1 towards turn 1 here, Justin? Back in here like far with Steve. I wouldn't go defensive. I'd just be concentrating on my braking points and just trying to pull away, because more and more time you spend defending, that's just time you're giving away to your competitors, which in this case is Mitch in P2 and TMC in P1. There is Mandalorian. He's just pitted. No, sorry, he hasn't even. He's done 3 stops. He's wanting to do 1 more. And yeah, but he's a fair way back, is Mandalorian, and there is the 2 Mercedes. RJ Cool just heading through turn 1. But right now, we need to be back up at the front. We need to be looking, how is Steve F1 hunting down Mitch in P2, because he needs to be pulling away from Diesel in P4. Yeah, he's just starting now to pull away from Diesel. He needs to try and hook up on the back of Mitch, and there is Mitch now running through the first hairpin. Oh, Mitch, the tyres have absolutely crying there on Mitch's car, and you can definitely see Steve F1 will be smelling that and thinking, you know what, I've got you, I've got your number, and yeah, I know it's number 28, mate. Oh, the 2 Ferraris, this is a replay earlier on there, Dave. Oh, what's he doing? What's he doing? Oh, I think he was trying so hard to try and keep in front of his teammate that he just absolutely overcooked his tyres. Here we go. On board with GBM Ullman, up behind Dave the Arp. He goes up the inside, he leaves room on the outside. Dave the Arp says, I can take it round the outside. Oh no, I can't, and it slides off the track. Oh, that's just absolutely devastating there for the Ferrari team there, Jack. Yeah, you could say that, Justin, or you could say Dave the Arp really just had nothing to lose there and just might as well have tried it. So we're back on board now with Steve F1 really closed in on the back of Mitch. We're currently, this is the 5-4 P2, but yeah, Steve F1 needs to make his way through past Mitch and then try and attack TMC. Mitch made a mistake here, Justin. Back in here, it's a straight run towards Church. Who's going to add the bigger balls? Can Steve F1 try it around the outside? He turns in there towards Church and says, I've got the position, Mitch. And how about that? I'm pretty sure Mitch will not be impressed. He almost bent his nose out of shape, and he's trying to re-attack now towards the hairpin. Steve F1, does he go defensive? No, he keeps his car in the middle of the road. Mitch thinks, God damn it, which way am I going to go? But yeah, right now, the crucial thing, can Steve F1 try and pull in on TMC? That would really put TMC's strategy out of tilt. Yeah, because TMC, as we heard, he's trying to go to the end, but he's not. I don't think he's got enough of a gap over Steve F1. This could be the race for Benetton. I'm pretty sure oh no, Steve F1's crashed! Steve F1 crashed at the final corner! That is absolutely devastating for Flavio and everyone at the Benetton team, and most of all for Steve F1. That just really put the win out of the window as Mitch heads into the pit lane now. And yeah, Mitch putting on some new tyres, and I think he's going to try and fight his way back into a podium position. Currently exiting the pit lane in P4. But yeah, Steve F1, that will be a moment he will relive in his head, thinking, God damn it, I could have really fought for the win here. It's still not out of the realms of possibility, but it's going to be damn hard from now to try and re-attack for the lead, as Diesel, with that one-stop strategy, it will looking like not a very good strategy, but right now, with just less than 8 minutes on the clock to go, it's not looking too bad there. There is Mandalorian, currently in P5, really still in no man's land, but he's about 8 seconds behind Mitch, who's just pitted, and yeah, Mandalorian's just pitted as well, so yeah, there is AFC Guna. Ooh, running wide though, and on the run towards Church. Oh, that is just, yeah, if you're trying to hunt down Mandalorian, that's not the way to do it there, running wide. And there's his teammate, RJ Cool, running through Church. But yeah, right now, Steve F1 trying to regain his composure as he's heading through Bitch Corner. And yeah, can he try and hunt down Diesel still? I think he's still got just enough pace as Diesel. Them tyres are looking very, very second or third hand now. and that will be the corner that will stick in Steve F1's memory. And if anything, I think that's just allowed TOMC to win the race, unless TOMC's tyres fall off the cliff. I think TOMC is going to win this one. Yeah, there you can see in front Diesel going defensive in P2. And yeah, on the run down towards turn 1, Steve F1 just not close enough to really capitalise on that slipstream. I think he's going to have to wait for the next lap unless Diesel makes a mistake. But right now, even though he's just had that absolute cock up there, Steve F1, the tyres are not looking too bad. And yeah, compared to Diesel, his tyres are a hell of a lot younger. And yeah, running through the infield section towards Church now, and Diesel trying to make that Lotus as wide as possible as Steve F1 looks up the inside towards Church, and no, Diesel cuts it off, but is it maybe he turned in too early, and that's just compromised his exit here, Justin. Fucking hell, I think if I was Diesel, I'd be thinking, you know, right now, I think I'm going to be the best. I'm going to finish his P3, and maybe if I fight for P3 and I lose out, it'd be best to pit, because right now them tyres are looking very, very old. And there you can see sliding through the corner, whereas Steve F1 just staying on the grippy side, keeping off the marbles there, really trying to put Diesel under too much pressure so he slides off the track. As they're running through pitch corner there, Diesel runs wide, and yeah, but Steve F1 up the inside. That's a nice move there for Steve F1, but right now he needs to look at that lap, and yeah, he's got about 8 seconds to TOMC, whereas the gap before was a hell of a lot less. But yeah, right now TOMC looks like he's definitely going to the end of the race. He's not going to be stopping. And right now is Steve F1, he needs to be looking in his mirrors, because Diesel, even though she's got in front of him, Diesel back up towards turn 1. Steve F1 just leaves the door wide open there. Yeah, maybe Steve F1 thought he could try it round the outside, but there, Diesel back in front for P2. He really does not know when he's meeting, does Diesel. But Steve F1 now on the inside as the run towards turn 4 in the infield section. I think Steve F1's just going to have the grip, and yep, there we go, back up into P2 now, as they now head on the straight towards Church. And yeah, there you can see in the background Mitch. Ooh, Mitch pushing so hard, running onto the grass, and that's not going to do his tyres any good whatsoever as he runs towards Church. But yeah, there is Mandalorian, not too far behind now. Yeah, he's starting to close in on them front drivers. Had a bit of a nightmare around 8 minutes into the race, but maybe slowly getting himself back. Ooh, maybe pushing a bit too hard though, because it just slammed into the barrier. So yeah, maybe not catching these guys quite as quick as I thought he was doing. But yeah, currently race leader TOMC, P2 Steve F1 in P2, and P3. Ooh, Diesel there sliding wide. He's just slammed into the barrier. That might be damage, and that'll mean yeah, Mitch will be catching him really, really rapidly as they head through the hairpin. But there is Mitch, and yeah, I think Diesel's definitely got damage. And this right now, I do not think that Diesel's going to be able to hold on to this. The only thing that Diesel can hope for right now is that Mitch makes a mistake. Otherwise, he's going to be finishing in P4. So yeah, they're heading over the start-finish line now. Justin, what are you all thinking? Who are you thinking is going to win this? Because I think he's just got TOMC written all over it here. Oh yeah, Quintel, he's going to be absolutely chuffed with this result, and yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of explaining to do as Mitch now right all over the back of Diesel. Is he drunk enough? Can he make it up the inside? Yes, he does. He makes it up the inside, but Diesel, oh, he slid in front of him, and now, oh, Mitch, brilliant move there. Diesel just did not have the grip there as they ran through the infield section. And there you can see, just look at the amount of grip that Mitch has got. Diesel's just slid, lost a few seconds already. That's just, I think them tyres are absolutely dead. And I think he's got enough of a gap now. Does Diesel, did he compete and still come out in front of his teammate Mandalorian in P5? And yeah, I think if he leaves it much longer, there is Mandalorian P5. I think if he leaves it much longer, Mandalorian might be a possibility of jumping him. But yeah, there is AFC Gunner in P6. But right now, the race leader is definitely going to be TOMC. I think Steve F1 just a bit too far away. He could have had, if he hadn't have had that brain fade moment for Steve F1, he could have fought for the winner of the race. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure Flavio will be asking questions after the race. He will be saying, you know, I've got my board members, I've got Benetton, I've got clothes to sell, and unless you win a race, Steve, we're not going to sell any jumpers this Christmas. so there's going to be a lot of pressure, I think, on Steve F1. But there is Mitch, and he's just run wide there through turn 1 onto the gravel. It will not do his tyres any good if he's trying to hunt down Steve F1 for P2. But there you can see, look at the gap back to Diesel P4. He's so far back now. But yeah, there is the race leader, Jam. Yeah, so we're into the final 2 minutes of the race. So this is pretty much looking pretty spread out now, and this looks like it's going to be the finishing order. So it's currently TMC P1, Steve F1 in the Benetton there, P2, Mitch in P3 in the McLaren. There he is going past camera. P4 will be Diesel. Oh, actually, Mandalorian he's quite rapid. His current lap time is a 1:28.2. And Diesel, I think it was. I think it were above the 30s were Diesel's last lap time, so that means a 3 second. Yeah, he's definitely closing in on Diesel. So Diesel really needs to be thinking about this right now, because yeah, if he's going 3 seconds a lap slower than Mandalorian, yeah, I think by our calculations there's 2 more laps. No, sorry. We're at lap 39, so yeah, this is the last lap of the race. I think it might just be a touch too far for Mandalorian to try and beat his teammate for P4, but there is TMC leading the race on the final lap here at the Sardegna Road Track 8. It's been a fantastic racetrack with some really challenging corners, but it's really spread the field out, as there is Steve F1 and Mitch in P2 and 3. But yeah, what is... I think Diesel might just have enough of a gap over Mandalorian. He's, yeah, a little bit more of a lock up there as a run through the infield section. There is RJ Cole heading over the line, and yeah, he's just getting over to start his last lap. I think the 2 Ferrari boys will not make another lap, so yeah, I think that's going to put them in P8 and 9 for GBM Ullman and Dave Hart. But yeah, this gap is definitely coming down on the final lap. And Diesel definitely struggling here, Justin. Fucking hell, Diesel gonna have to make his car as wide as possible, because Mandalorian coming with a hell of a lot of pace, and he's just locked up there into the hairpin. And yeah, he's just got this top section to go through now, but we're on board now with Mandalorian, and we can definitely see that extra point sitting there right in front of him. And yeah, just heading through Bitch Corner. Look at the speed the Mandalorian took through. Diesel going defensive towards the hairpin, and I think TMC is just about to head over the start-finish line. As yeah, side by side with the Lotus. Yeah, TMC wins his first race for Retro Racing. As Steve F1 P2, Mitch P3, and Mandalorian snatches P4 from Diesel as they head towards the start-finish line. Who's going to get this one, James? Mandalorian just snatches it at the line there for the 2 Lotus drivers. I'm pretty sure Diesel will be scratching his head after that race, as AFC Guna coming away with P6 for the first of the Mercedes boys, and his teammate RJ Cole a few seconds back. But there we go, AFC Guna P6, RJ Cole round the final kink, heading towards the start-finish line to finish his final lap, and that's going to secure him P7. So yeah, what an absolute belter there for Retro Racing. Absolutely fantastic by all the drivers. So yeah, here is the race results in full. TMC wins his first race for Retro Racing. Steve F1 P2, Mitch P3, Mandalorian just snatches P4 from Diesel, who finishes in P5, AFC Guna P6, RJ Cool P7, GBM Ullman in P8, and Dave Hart finishes in P9. So there's been no penalties applied to any of the drivers, so they're all good boys out there today. And so let's have a look now at them championship standings. Right, so things have been well and truly mixed up. Mitch currently holds on to P1 in the championship with 27 points. Steve F1 takes P2 in the championship with 24 points. Mandalorian takes P3 in the championship with 22 points, and then it's joint 4th for TMC and Diesel. They're both sitting on 19 points, and I've got to say TMC's really brought himself into the title fight. So yeah, all that's left for me to say is thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this video and you're thinking, you know what, I can compete against these guys, please message on PlayStation Network Mandalorian17, and yeah, just send me your CV on there, and I'm pretty sure you will find yourself on the grid in no time. But yeah, once again to the viewers, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, please like and subscribe and share with all your friends, and I'll see you all again next week for round 4, which is at Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit, and that promises also to be another belter. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.